Pisces, huh? The King of Swords is about truth. It's about just. It's about fairness. It's about getting answers you seek. So this month, you may be seeking some answers from some people. If you're single, I definitely feel like you may not even be mingling right now. You may be like still thwarted from people that you've dated, people you've been in contact with, because the King definitely suggests a very not harsh energy, I shouldn't say, but somebody who cuts to the chase. So if you are dating, I feel like you're kind of out there going, nope, 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 nope. I can't explain it. Because again, this is a fairness. It's an intellect, but it's also a truth. And so for some of you, I think it just hasn't been your cup of tea dating. Or, you know, again, like I said, you've just met people who are just not a good fit and you're kind of tired and over it. If you're looking to reconcile, this feels like you're also looking for some sort of fairness or just like you didn't get to, close ties properly, if that makes sense. I feel like for a lot of you, this is like, it just ended and you guys didn't really talk about it, or you didn't get answers you were seeking. There's some sort of, you still feel like, hey, you owe me this answer. You owe me like an explanation. What's going on? Or what are we doing next? Or, you know, how are you feeling? Like you feel like you're kind of out in the cold a little bit. I don't know why these are bugging me. You feel like you're kind of out in the cold and you want to know what's going on. All right. The next card you have is your current position coming into the month. Oof. And you have the Three of Swords. All right, Pisces. So feeling a little stabbed this month for some reason. The Three of Swords is about pain. It's about heartbreak. It's about, this is the ultimate heartbreak card. This is about feeling sad, feeling, a despair. So if you're single, I do feel like either you've met some people and you thought that it was going to work out and it didn't, or it feels like the people you're meeting are just breaking your heart over and over. And not that you're falling in love with everybody, but Pisces are pretty emotional, just like all water signs. So you do tend to, like Cancers and Scorpios, get attached pretty quick. And I feel like some of you who are single are either not even trying right now. You're like, screw this. I don't need any of this. I'm going to finish the year out by myself because I'd rather be alone than be with, somebody who hurts me. And so you're kind of feeling like heartbroken, even though you're not technically being heartbroken right now, if that makes sense. You didn't technically just get heartbroken. Now, some of you could have. I feel like there's some people out there who are like, I really liked this person. I thought they were really cool. We've been dating. I thought it was going to go somewhere and it's not. And I'm feeling kind of like annoyed about it. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this feels like a very recent cut. This feels like a very recent, blade. So for a lot of you, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month or two. For others, it could be a lot longer than that. But the Three of Swords says that you're still feeling very heartbroken about it. You're still feeling pretty pained about it. And rightfully so, because it feels like this was with somebody you had a really good connection with. The next card you have is how you're feeling. Okay, so that's very interesting. You have the Lovers. You could be dealing with a Gemini because that's Gemini's card. But the Lovers is, again, a connection. So if you're single, I feel like you are connecting with people, or you think you're connecting with people, and then you feel like you get that type of situation and it's really starting to piss you off. Because you feel like this, you want love, you want a duality, you want somebody to be with, you want somebody to have and hold and connect with, but it just feels like you're at a loss because it hasn't been working in the way that you want it to. If you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. This is, you love this person and they love you. So why can't we come together? Why can't we connect? All we get is heartbreak, both of us. And it feels like it could be mutual between you, that you're both breaking each other's heart. Maybe a little more one-sided, but this feels very mutual. Like you're both brokenhearted. You both love each other. Why can't we just fucking figure this out and come together? That's what I feel like you're saying in your head. Like, I want this with that person. I see this with that person. That's the only person I want this with. And I'm pretty sure that's how they feel about you. Why can't we come together and fix this? Why are we always doing this to each other? The next card you have is your distant past over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout childhood. This is a 10 of cups. So I always read this together, whether you're looking to reconcile or whether you're single, because this is universe reminding you of something either to embrace this month or something that you don't want to repeat a negative pattern. The 10 of cups is a great card. This is about peace. It's about joy. It's about family. So this is saying, Pisces, at one point you had these dreams, these hopes of being with somebody that you could have this type of life with. Or maybe you had it before and it didn't work out and you're like, okay, I can have it again. The universe is reminding you here, you can have it again. There is a possibility here, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, to get what you want. It's just, you need to believe it and see it. What did you want 10 years ago? Do you still want that? What are you looking for now? This is really saying, what is the end game for you, right? None of us are getting any younger. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Who do I see myself with? What do I want? Do I want a family? Do I want marriage? You know, maybe some of you had great examples of marriage and maybe some of you didn't. And therefore this is you saying, you know, I didn't grow up in a very loving home, or I didn't grow up with loving parents, or there was a lot of craziness, or whatever it is to you. Oh, my camera fell. Hold on. Sorry about that. God, this is a new camera and that's the second time it's happened. So I don't know what the dealio is, but sorry. Okay. So anyways, like I was saying, a lot of you may have grew up in a difficult home or didn't have what you wanted or what you believed would be a good, you know, family. And so you decided at some point you would reconstruct it yourself and you would make sure that you had a good family, or that if you had kids, they were well taken care of, etc. And so this is the universe's way of reminding you, hey, Pisces, what do you want? What will make you happy? That's what you need to focus on this month. The next card you have is your immediate past over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have Strength, which is Leo's card. So you could be dealing with a Leo. Strength is about patience, and it's about, well, obviously strength, but it's also about connections. So this is saying in the past few weeks, past month or two, you started to try and strengthen some connections. I feel like with this heartbreak here, maybe there's been some rifts in having that happen. So if you're single, I feel like this is you building up your strength. This is you mustering the strength to, I feel like some of you may have cut this person off. They weren't doing you any good. Like you were dating somebody or you were seeing somebody and you cut them off. So you're feeling this heartbreak over it, or they cut you off. And you're feeling the heartbreak over it, because this is you like mustering your strength to go on. This is you going, do I even want to date anybody? Do I even want to find anybody? And it makes me feel kind of sick to my stomach, Pisces. Like I feel like some of you are feeling, because you're just kind of like, you know, I feel like somebody's out there going, is it even worth it? Is it even worth bothering to date people? So I think you need to gather the strength and continue to build on your own self-worth and what you want, and then bring that to the table. Because right now it feels like you're in a place where if you go out there and date, you're just kind of, you know, cutting. You're just kind of like, you know, next, you know, it's hard to explain, but it's this feeling of like, you're not in the right headspace right now, but you're getting there with this Strength card and you know what you need to do. But you've had some things go on and it feels like it's been a little tumultuous. All right. If you're looking to reconcile, this is the strength you need in order to continue this connection. You need to figure out what it is you want and then go for it. And if it's not being with this other person, then cut it off and move on. And if it is being with this other person, then, you know, find the strength to start rebuilding these connections, because there is love here. There is a connection here, but, it's like you want to say stuff, but you don't say it because you're worried that maybe you love them more. But it's weird because I feel like they're the same, that they're going, there's so many things I want to tell you, or I have so much love to give you, but I'm worried about getting hurt and they're worried about getting hurt. So it's like you guys aren't together because you're both worried about getting hurt instead of worrying about the connection, the possibility of what you could have. The next card you have is your distant future. So it's going to come, you know, it needs to come willingly. It's almost like you're going to put the energy into finding someone or into a particular person or a particular few people, but you're not going to, again, force it. You're not going to push it into any particular direction. You're just going to say, hey, universe, if this is meant to be, then it will happen. You know, I've got time. You're not like rushing to meet, you know, the man or woman of your dreams. This is you saying, I'm being realistic. Now, this is Sagittarius's card. So you could be dealing with Sagittarius. You have two fire sign cards here, Sagittarius and Leo. You're just missing Aries. So you might be dealing with a fire sign. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like there's a possibility you guys could balance this out. But again, you need to focus on the connection instead of all of the other crap that ties into this heartbreak. All of this heartbreak, it feels like it's nonsensical. It feels like you guys are just going around in circles, or it's the same every time, you know, nothing changes. It's the same pattern. You need to do something to balance this out. You need to, I get this feeling like take care of each other. You need to really genuinely take care of each other and really genuinely love on each other. Avoid this crap. Whatever this is, for some of you, it's serious. Some of it infidelity. Some of you, it was, lies, etc. And that takes time to heal. And that's why the king is coming out, because the king is like, I need answers and you need answers and they need answers, etc. But the temperance is saying, take care, treat each other well. There's going to be fighting. There's going to be breaking up. There's going to be making up. But if this heartbreak is real and you guys truly love each other, then I think it's important that you take the time to bandage this up. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month of December, and you have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a good card because this definitely says that you're moving in the right direction, or you're on track to like get over the hump of whatever this is. If you're single, the Ten of Pentacles is a generous energy. So at some point this month, even though you're feeling annoyed, and even though there's some things here that aren't quite rubbing you the right way with people or just life in general, and you're feeling kind of like, and not everybody's feeling that way. I don't feel like Pisces are sitting around going, oh, life sucks. But love life, I feel like, is being affected greatly this month for whatever reason. Your heart chakra is just kind of, you feel like, oh, I can't take another bruising. Like enough is enough. But the Ten of Coins is a generosity. This is like a legacy, a wealth. So at some point, you're going to feel more gracious about giving your time and energy to somebody. At some point, if you're single, you're going to feel like, okay, I might be able to meet somebody. I might be able to, really connect with somebody, because this is you looking for a legacy. This is not just, hey, you one day here, gone the next. This is, I'm looking for somebody to have this legacy with. I'm looking for somebody to develop that with. So I think you're going to have kind of a change of heart after you get over whatever this crap was, whoever wronged you, or whoever's not treating you great, or whoever you had to cut off. And now you're going to be able to get into, a better headspace. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like there's going to be some sort of communication or some sort of connecting here, because the Ten of Pentacles is, again, about that legacy. And I feel like you and this other person both still want that legacy with the other person. And maybe not. For some of you, you may be like, nope, I have no interest whatsoever. And that's great. Then cut them off and use this as a singles reading. But if you're watching for reconciliation, there's a good possibility here. However, I feel like you're going to have to be generous with them, or they are with you. And I know Pisces, I see it all the time. You guys always get annoyed when I say you're going to have to call them or you're going to have to connect. But for whatever reason, whoever you're dealing with, they feel like you're wishy-washy. And so they feel like you're kind of a fish swimming in different directions. And so in order for them to feel like that you really do want this continued legacy with them, that you really do want this positive momentum and stop the negative cycles, they need that push from you. Because I feel like some of you have been wishy-washy. Like one minute you're grandiose about let's get married and all this stuff. And the next minute you're kind of like, hey, I'm here. You're lucky I showed up. And not necessarily, but I feel like you've been tired of their energy a little bit, because maybe they've been nitpicky or fighting with you, whatever it is. And so you've kind of exhausted yourself. And that's when you go in a pattern like this, and they need to see it clearly that this is what you want. Now, not everybody. Some of you are going, no, Dark Dove, if they want to see me, they're going to have to call me. And then you guys get so mad when I say this. I think I said it like 4 times this year, reach out to them. But I do feel like this is them needing to see that you truly do want this legacy with them, that you truly, and this card represents generosity. So you may just have to bite the bullet, Pisces, because I do feel like these people, some of them are feeling very unclear as far as what you want from them. And you have to think about that. They may have given you mixed signals, and you may have as well. So there's got to be some sort of foregone conclusion of clarity here. The next card you have, I don't read them upside down, is the Star card. And who would want the Star upside down anyways? The Star is hope, faith, balance, goes very well with Temperance. This is also Aquarius's card, so you could be dealing with Aquarius. You have a lot of air energy here too, because you have Gemini and Aquarius. You're just missing Libra. So again, you could be dealing with an air sign. The Star is beautiful. If you're single, this definitely says keep the hope alive. I don't know that you're going to run out and meet the man or woman of your dreams tomorrow. I just don't know that you're in that headspace, or that you are feeling like you need to rush out and find that. But I think over the next few months, you will find that. The Star card again too is knowing your self-worth and understanding, how you feel. This is your tangible card. So this is something that's going to happen, throughout the next few weeks. It could last for an hour, could last for a day. Hopefully this lasts the whole month. Again, the Star would represent to me as a tangible or a situation you're going to find yourself in, as actually meeting somebody that you really like. If you don't meet somebody, I feel like this is you building up to the prospect, maybe having a few opportunities. Whereas before, I feel like it was kind of a crap shoot and you were feeling really let down about it. Here, I think you're kind of going, okay, I really think there is an opportunity for me to have this. Now, how do I go about getting it with this patience and balance? It feels like you're getting out of a negative headspace and moving towards a more positive, like a safe space. I can't explain it, in your own, mental and physical being. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, there's hope here. The Star card means that, don't lose the faith that this is, I think, either you communicating with them or they communicate with you. Like I said, with the 10 of Pentacles as well, because the Star is you reaching out, reaching for the Star, or they're reaching out for you, reaching for the Star. And it's going to be a good communication. I don't see any animosity. I mean, there might be some answers you need, but if this is truly what you want, then you need to focus on it. You really need to, think about it, manifest it, put in your head, picture them texting you, picture them hugging you, picture them kissing you, whatever it is, really believe it, truly believe it. The next card you have is anything you're going to feel throughout the month. So again, it could last for an hour, it could last for a day. You have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is feeling like things aren't moving, but also not wanting to move in any direction but what you want. Like you just want 1 cup. You don't want 8 cups, if that makes sense. So if you're single, this definitely says you've got your eye on the prize. Even if you haven't met them, you know what you're looking for. You want one person to be with, to have, to hold, to have this legacy with. So you might get a lot of people who are like, oh, hey, how you doing, baby? Whatever. And you're going to be like, nope. You're going to be like, I'm moving in a certain direction. I know which way. Now, this is also stagnant. So feeling like it's not moving as fast as you want. So at some point during the month, you may get a little discouraged. You may feel more like this headspace. You may be like, it's not going anywhere. It's not moving in any direction. I'm not meeting people. Or if you have met people, you just kind of feel like it's the same old, nothing exciting. But I don't think that's going to last very long. And I think most of it's because you're holding out for something you really want. If you're looking to reconcile, this is you wanting things to move. Like, it's like all of a sudden, if you guys communicate, you want to like get married or let's have kids or do whatever it was that you once talked about doing. And it may move a little slow for you or for them. Either you're feeling like, okay, we've got to move really slow here, or they're feeling like they need to move really slow. In the end, you guys both want the same thing. This is you guys only wanting each other. This is not this person that you're thinking about or longing for. They're not looking for other cups. They're wanting something with you. They just know it's going to take time and they're being patient. Just like you, I don't see you going off and trying to find a bunch of other cups either. Hence, I think you get what I'm saying here. I feel like you're also very hesitant on how fast should I push it? How fast should we move? So I think that's actually a good thing because this shows that you guys are still connected. You still want the same things. You're just not sure how you're going to get there. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month, and you have the Hermit. So that's interesting. So the Hermit is Virgo's card. So you could be dealing with Virgo. You have a lot of people showing up to your read, but this is a solitude. This is so your hopes or fears. It could go either way. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but it's not necessarily good if you put yourself in complete solitude. But this is taking a break and thinking about things. It's a spirituality, very similar to having like needing to clear out bad headspace, if you will, out negativity and in with the positive. So this is just kind of, and again, this is your mental, this is how you're feeling. This is not the outcome. So the Hermit is kind of going, okay, if you're single, again, you're holding out for something good. You're not going to be putting yourself out on every dating site, on every meetup group. This is you saying, I'm going to pull back when I feel stressed, or if I'm meeting people and they don't seem to fit very well, I'm not going to put myself out there. I'll just, close my account down or, stop going to the meetup groups until I can come back in it. This is you protecting yourself, saying if you're single, you're not going to go through this shit anymore. You're going to find what you want, but you're going to slow and steady and make sure it's good. If it doesn't feel good, you're going to shut it down, period. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you saying, okay, you only want that person and they only want you, but this is you kind of closing yourself off to, anything else that might be, it feels like some of you have other things in your life, like that are stressing, like family or work, or there's other things that take up a lot of time and attention. And this is you saying, I need to protect me, not against this other person or not against love, but this is you as a whole saying, I need to get in a good headspace. I feel like some of you have been really crazy about the situation or felt really crazy about it, or it's just been a lot to handle. And this is you saying, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be without them. but I also am taking care of myself to make sure when we do reconcile, I'm in a good space, because this is almost like your fear is being alone and being without them.